Hello everyone and welcome to the map Nef4-1. Joining me here in the bottom left corner of the map playing for team number 1 is the first player, the purple Terran SCVs, born to die. Aren't we all? Little nihilistic though. The yellow Terran command center belonging to Great Oz. And finally, their orange Zerg player. Finally, some drones. It is Zerg Killer. The ZVZ specialist, I guess. On the other side of the map, team number 2, the red Zerg already slapping down that spawning pool. It is J Schmo. We're gonna go with J. The blue Terran SCVs here in the far right side of the map. It is Gemma Bites. Because Gamma would have made more sense. And finally, the Terran in teal. The teal terror up here. It is Mong. Thank you for your easily pronounceable name, as well as your mule, Macro. Dear Lord, what are these bases? Y'all, we've got triple hatch from orange coming down, alright. The gold for the yellow Terran here. Now, not quite realizing their color isn't quite gold, but it's close enough. I suppose there could be an interest there. The yellow Terran deciding to go for the gold quickly. Teal Terran, a man of class. I should say a person of class here. Operating with a very normal opener for most Terrans. Single Reaper across to the other side of the map. Behind this, I do see command centers, factories. We've even got a lair. Okay, a spore crawler. Why the spore, though? I suppose I should clarify. I don't think I actually clarified in the intro. Today we're taking a look at a couple of viewer-submitted matches, everyone. None of these people, at least as far as I know, are professional players. Although Red is sure slapping their keyboard enough to make us believe that they are. We will continue to monitor this accusation. But you can tell based on the circles around the drone, the hatchery, that they're just kind of playing keyboard Zerg hero on their keyboard. They're not really doing anything that's quite effective. They just feel like they are. So, again, we'll monitor. We'll keep an eye on it. Purple, born to die here, ready to assist others in agreeing with their point of view. Sends a couple Reapers across. Marines, looks like we'll keep them at bay here. We have a medevac, a tank drop. Really? Gemma Bites coming in with a tank drop here like it's 2010. Waiting to drop the tank. Very nice, although it was a little obvious, I will say. Ooh, this is a good spot. How did this spot make it into the map? Blizzard. Come on. This is so unfair. This is like a 2010 situation we've got here. A single siege tank drop behind some rocks. Gonna clear this hatchery? Give me a break. Come on. No way. Did you know there was a Nidus network? I did not. Red, that's what the quick lair was for. That's what the 540 actions per minute on my lair was for, Indigos. So I could spit out 5 Hydras from my Nidus worm. Instead of just letting my siege tank Terran ally here handle it, which they clearly had it under control. No, none of that. Get out of here. Blue following up. Looks like a Banshee play, potentially. Moving the tank around. Viking clears the medevac with ease. Nidus Worm also destroyed. Hydralisks forced to retreat. The siege tank quite rocking it, shall I say. Viking going to provide that vision. Born to die. Born to clear siege tanks at this particular moment. Couple of Vikings. Harassment. Pull out your shivs, boys. SCVs. Come on. No, it's a slaughter. Alright, well, we've got Nidus Worms around the map, so everybody's a little preoccupied. Man, this was really successful. 9, 8, 17 kills on these two Vikings. That was painful. Nidus Worm. Wake up. Wake up. Great Oz. Not feeling so great. Wake up. Get in there. The SCVs are pulled. It's not nearly enough time to stop it, though. The Hydras will pour forth from the maw of the Nidus Worm. What's going on at Orange? We have cloaked Banshees. This is looking very deadly. The Cyclones do eventually get here. They will respond. Many SCVs have been lost, though. The Purple Liberator setting up shop over not much, but it is providing freedom to that area. The Banshees continue their fearsome reign of terror. The Mutas, the Viking, the Cyclone Wombo combo, all three battlecruiser, all three players working in tandem to try and clear that. Oh, somebody's trying to take that. Okay. Red knows their stuff. A team game expert, might I say. Knowing how to sow chaos throughout the map with the Nidus Worms, keeping the Overlords around. Yeah, intriguing. Very nice to see. How's their APM, though? Plummeting. Yes, plummeting into the average of the 200s, which I'll say, while still absolutely respectable, sure, is much more believable. Thank you for no longer smacking your keyboard like a Thanksgiving dinner table. More worms coming up throughout the map. The Mutas, now it's their turn. Zerg Killer. Not yet confident enough to actually go fight a Zerg. Is going to harass the planetary fortress here. We have a single battle cruiser that appears to have made its way to the other side of the map. More worms. The Mutas, still successful. Battle cruiser, chaos in the main bases. The Vikings desperately chasing it. You should be able to warp away, right? Like you flew up here. Going for just a couple SCVs. Oof. The Mutas, still doing fine. Liberator harassment Mong. Dispensing some indiscriminate freedom upon this gold base. We have a group of mech units setting up shop here. They could take down the rocks. They're going to take down the rocks. A couple of siege tanks to back them up. The Mutas eventually will be parried. The planetary lives. Repairs were initiated. Hydras. Really? Hydras? Like, I love Hydras, sure, but they're not the bread and butter answer that they were back in the Brood War, might I say. The siege tanks. Cyclones. The Cyclones, keeping them at bay at least for now. The siege tank line over top the rocks. Why injure the rocks so greatly if you're then going to use them for protection? Vikings. Ooh, quickly eliminate that battle cruiser. Hey, Gold Terrans, wake up. That is your favorite match, isn't it? Battle cruiser versus battle cruiser. Luckily, the Mutas here to save the day. Warping to deal with the Nidus Worm, helping your teammate, protecting your ally. What? What kind of team game is this? Looks like the siege tank line is eventually cleaned up, eventually dealt with. The Vikings, though, paying a heavy toll. Follow the mutas. The mutts here. Go with my chaotic music that's going on, apparently. What's everybody doing now? Purple's making battle cruisers. Go figure. Yellow making battle cruisers and other mech units. Good job, thank you. Orange microing mutas, which the production tab shows, because, you know, mutas. We've had this discussion before. Making more mutas. Alright, good. Good on you. Commit, at least. Red, not quite sure where to spend their 243 average Appums here. Moving Hydras around the map. Liberator. Oh, I found an Overlord way over here. Oh, engagement mech versus mech here. The siege tanks setting up behind everything else. The Vikings, the battle cruisers exchanging shots. It looks like yellow will win the air war for now, but the reinforcing Hydras here to support, taking down that battle cruiser. The mutas, the next to join the fight. Siege tank will survive. It looks like the mutas helping out immensely, going to wipe the floor with team number 2 here. The battle cruiser action. Violence on the other side of the map. What are their upgrades like? Purple's at 1-0. And who are you? Blue. 0-0. Alright, perfect. Everybody's just committed to making battle cruisers, not quite strengthening them just yet. I'm liking the mech v mech setup we've got going on over here. One of them's making Thors, which not quite ideal to fight siege tanks, I will say. Mutas, though, unfortunately, you're not in the muta mode, so you're just gonna run away. Sadly. Nidus Worm, looking like it's going to be uncontested. The battle cruiser. Oh, the counter warp here. Purple, quick to respond. You will not cruise in this battle, blue. They will be eliminated, torn from the sky. Red's Hydras pour forth in the midst of yellow's base, though. Yellow deciding to commit with some air units that seems quite ill-advised. Might I say we have bigger problems. The Muta battle cruiser wombo combo will deal with those battle cruisers. The Hydras, the next target here. The mutas are actually going to evaporate, and red retreats. There's still 20 mutas. They're kind of spread out, though. Little all over the place. The speedlings not going to do much there. A single battle cruiser continues the havoc. SCVs looks like they dealt with that incoming Nidus Worm nicely. Oh, good lord, 100 SCVs. We have this conversation every team game, I swear. Quit making so many SCVs. You can't even spend your money, Mong. God. Mech units. 11 battle cruisers for purple. I do like team number 1's situation. I'd like to see yellow be able to break through this line here. I feel like if they crack this ramp, the game's over. Command center will be destroyed. Nidus Worm gonna set up shop on the other side. The forces from yellow here. Cyclone Viking battle cruiser. Looks like they might be able to actually make some progress. The Nidus Worm is gone. Jay opting to just sow a bit of more chaos around the map here. Yellow returning the favor, clearing the command center from the space they just lost. The Hydras will... Ooh, awkward. The Nidus Worm's destroyed. They go for the command center. Will they get it? The repairs... Oh, they got it. Repairs initiated. Hydras dealt with. BCs met in battle by mutas. Things not looking good for Team 2 here. The chaos is being dealt with, is being cleaned up. The Hydra Nidus Worm combo no longer surprising people. Instead we have for what feels like the first time in a while, born to die, warping the cruisers offensively. The mech line here on the left side, how will it break? There's a lot of battle cruisers and not enough anti-air units for Teal. Looks like the mech forces of Yellow finally break through. Teal quits, just out. No GG, no well played, but still quite a commendable effort. Will Red commit their now much more believable, much more realistic 200 actions per minute as a Zerg player to controlling all 3 armies? The answer's no. Nope, Jay not feeling up to it. He could have, though. I'm sure he was telling it to himself. But he could have done it if only he had better teammates, right, guys? Absolutely wonderful game, though. Exquisite to watch. Thank you so much for the submission, whoever that submitter was. I quite enjoyed some of those battles and the general chaos. That is not all for today, folks, though I have one more match for us to look at. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves on the map. Mono Battle Dash map. Apparently, with the planetary main base kicking things off here, the orange Terran, it is Dutch Paprika. The pink Protoss, the strong pink, the vibrant pink, I should say, it is Great Oz. Sound familiar? And lastly, for team number 1 here, the, is that brown? The brown Zerg drones belonging to Masio PL. Team number 2, down here in the bottom right corner, also a planetary main base. It is Night Knight. Night. I know. I think I'm funny, though. Just everybody, we all agreed. Planetary in the main, got it. Purple command center belonging to Speedy Rogue. There. And finally, wrapping things up, the light pink planetary fortress, none other than Skiemk. What's going on? Cyclones, Banelings already. Indigos, why is the match already in full gear? There was some chat that I had to skip, so we're kind of operating a little quicker this match. Alright. Nonetheless, a mono battle, and we can already kind of see what some of these people, some of these fine individuals, I will tell you, all of these individuals are viewers. I have no idea which one of them submitted the match, of course, but I can tell you I recognize all 6 of these names. So I'm sure it's going to be an absolute mess of a game. Ooh, orange Liberators. All right, we'll go down the list. It appears brown Zerg Masio here has Banelings, because it's not just Zerglings. No, they're actually Banes. Oh, here they are. Pink Oz here, operating with sentries. Joyous to see. Green clearly has Cyclones, which I'm going to say, in tandem with Light Pink's Reapers, is actually quite scary. That's going to make for a terrifying early game. You could not pay me to try and fight Reaper Cyclone with mass sentry. Okay, that sounds awful. The Banes will respond, though, and they will. Almost. There they go. They get everything there. The sentries force fielding randomly. Will they block? They do block. Nice. Unfortunately, Reapers exist, so, you know, goodbye. They don't let the Banes out. I love it. Dutch Paprika in a bit of hot water without their teammates' support here. Liberators being fielded now. Alright, we have established green has Cyclones, light pink has Reapers. Purple, though. What have you got? Oh no. Widow Mines, you say. Not the Widow Mines. What was that for? force field. If I force field everywhere, then it will surely confuse them into having a stun effect, and they will quit moving. That's what I'm going with. I like the idea, I like the premise there. Brown Zerg here, gonna need a few more bases to support some mass baneling production. We shall see. How do things continue? Needs more larvae, too, frankly. I don't know how I feel about that, getting stuck with mass banelings. Like, on paper, you're like, wow, that sounds really cool. I like the idea of that. Then in practice, it's actually quite difficult. The sentry force field wall almost completed in time. The cyclone, a couple of them will be destroyed, though, will be dealt with. Skirmishes abound here. Looks like more sentries being rallied to the front. Unfortunately, the Widow Mine. No, it only gets one. Yeah, alright. I hyped that up. Ooh, looks like the Cyclone's winning the day on this side of things. Damasio says, I want to defend the banelings that are trapped behind the buildings, so, you know, stellar. Excellent work. The barracks is lost, which is going to make it a little difficult to make any more factories. Not that we really need factories. The Widow Mines. Ooh. Solid force field work. Unfortunately, sentries can't outrange the Widow Mine's attack. They are going to all be destroyed here. The Liberators are a tough thing to counter, though. Cyclones do not outrange them. You have Liberator range yet? You do. Oh, wow. This is going to be very scary. The force fields of SAS. That's what those were. SAS fields, I will call them. The Banes. I think they're going with the Banes are a surprise that if the enemy breaks through the wall of freedom or the wall of buildings, then the Banes will meet them in glorious battle. Well, that's a deadly spot, all those Widow Mines. Widow Mines are not one-shot by Liberators. At least +0 Liberators. Intriguing. Things I did not know. Not a battle I would usually see. A lot of Reapers. I'm not even sure I'd really try to go up in the base there, because fighting a planetary with Reapers is no fun. They no longer have their anti-building grenades that they did back in Wings of Liberty. The Banelings angrily rolling around. I still don't think they can they get out here? Is this space? Maybe. Possibly. Well, Cyclones are making space for them. Oh, Masio. The Reapers finding out what it is to be on the wrong end of a Liberator. Somebody shouting, hey, get these sentries into battle, because what we really needed was more force fields around the map. Yes, I agree. The Reapers go for the throat here, up the ramp, going to be slightly blocked. Oh yeah, wait, Reapers exist. That's right, they can just jump. Of course. What? The Great Wall of Widow Mines? Yeah, get out of here. Meet your freedom. From existence, I say. The Observer and Liberators working together. The Banes finally rolled their way out of whatever hole they had crawled into. The Cyclones desperately trying to chase, desperately trying to keep up. Killing a few SCVs here. Where do they go? Where do they go? They go for the base, the entrance, the barracks. Skimp's production here. Can they get to the mineral line? They do. A few SCVs will be destroyed. Quick, pull everything back home. All the Reapers, they're water banelings. Like, but are there any still? But there were Indigos. There were banelings here. Yes. So are these like emotional support Reapers? Are they going to offer therapy sessions for the 5 SCVs that just saw all of their brethren vaporized in a pit of acid. Oh, sorry, my bad. I hung around too much with Born to Die. I guess I'm feeling a little dark today. Unfortunately, the Great Wall of Widow Mines, while commendable, while intriguing, and very likely thumbnail material for this match, not going to get too much done. The Liberators are just too strong. Too overpowered, I say. Sentries force fielding all around. They are going to actually trap a few Cyclones underneath the Freedom Cloud. We'll call it the Freedom Cloud here. The Cyclones angrily chasing now. Knight, Knight, 2-2, Hurricane Thrustered clones, and building armor, of course. Oh my. Oh my, Speedy Rogue has not been idle during this time. The sentries on the high ground. I love the Guardian Shield. That's actually really pretty. Pink Guardian Shields. I don't think I've seen that before. The Widow Mine carpet bomb here. Overseers here to support should the mines choose to burrow. Unfortunately, they're right next to cannons, so they're not going to get a whole lot done. Yep, one detonation there. Cyclones now here to support. The Liberators, not quite sure where the best spot is to set up. That's okay though. Reaper grenades dealing with the sentries. Everybody gets to feel what it is to be an air unit. You get to fly. You get to fly. Everyone gets to fly for a brief second. Just like the Queens back in the Brood War. Don't know what happened here, but it apparently happened. And the Widow Mines will make sure it keeps happening. I will say. The sentries will eventually clean that up. We have some detection here as well. Cyclones, really the bulk of the army choice for team number 2. The Widow Mines, the Reapers, they're more of a supporting force, I will say. Oh my gosh, this is so good for the Cyclones. Get out of there, Freedom Cloud. The Freedom Cloud nearly lost. Widow Mines detonate on a few probes, it seems. The clones will definitely clean this up. I think we're seeing the compositions just kind of dwindle here. The Widow Mines both destroy the Baneling's hope and their own existence, thanks to the splash damage from the death of the Banes. The burrow. Like he doesn't have an orbital somewhere. What? Are you hoping he just loses targeting? Ugh. Knight not going to be duped, not going to be tricked by such measures, it seems. The Cyclone army continues to rage within the bases here. The Banes eventually do flank, get a few clones for their trouble. Saturate your base. Like this base? Not this base. I don't think this base needs to be saturated. Yeah. Alas. Things going rather well, I would say, for team number 2 at this point in time. There's only 9 sentries on the field, 4 Liberators that are quickly heading somewhere to be countered by a Reaper drop. Perfect. We'll see the Liberators actually set up, get some damage in. Oh no, missile turrets, the hard counter. And I can speak from experience on that one. Back when I tried my 4th of July Happy Freedom Day Mass Liberator combo here, I tried that composition once. It did not go very well. I do not recommend it. A few missile turrets in the right spot, and that pretty much shut down my hopes of that. There we go. Alright. The Reaper drop eventually happens. When's the last time you saw 41 Reapers dropped from Medivacs here? The Liberators will set up, force them away for a brief moment. Cyclones find the long-distance mining drones, though, and that is going to be a bit of a disaster for the Brown Zerg player. Things not looking good for team number 1. The Reaper count is high enough to actually throw some strong insults at a planetary, making it feel slightly less valued than it was a few minutes ago. They go for the pylons though, shutting down the warp gates. The Cyclones break through the main base. Things really not looking good. There's no Banelings on the field. There's only 6 Liberators, and they're struggling. Okay. Freedom is powerful, yes. Freedom is tough to counter, but when your opponent moves this quickly, as Reapers do, things get a bit difficult. The first GG goes out, the second GG, and Dutch Paprika quickly leaving the match with no GG. And that is going to be it. That is all they wrote at the end of it all. The chaotic mess. It would seem that Cyclone, Reaper, Widowmine is a viable composition for a team game. Did you know that? I did not know that, but apparently I was today years old when that happened, as the kids might say. As always, thank you so much for the submissions. Quite entertaining, quite chaotic matches. I quite like these special kinds of games too. The mono battles, more than welcome to see. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and get out there and have a great day.